Hi, this is Liz Bears with the Okaloosa County School District Office of Instructional Technology. Today's segment is about how to access lessons and resources from the DigitalCitizen1 notebook. Teachers and administrators received a link to this notebook in early November 2019 in the email that you see in front of you. And you have to know that this link will only open when users are logged in with their One Okaloosa ID email address and their current password. So if you can find this email, you go back to it and you click on the link here that says OCSD Digital Citizenship Year 19 and 20. And you'll notice that this hot link is a OneNote notebook. And that is an app that's included in our OneDrive or Office 365 suite of apps. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this, and I'm going to open this up and give us a chance to have a look at the notebook. As I adjust my screen here, you'll see it change just a little bit. Okay, so what we're looking at the moment is our OneNote notebook. On the left-hand side, you'll see the chapters of the notebook, and you'll also see the pages within that notebook. Now it opens first to the teacher information section, and this section has about 10 different pages on it. I'd like to go through the FAQs first of all, and that is to just give you the most important bit of information. The first thing that everyone needs to remember is that we have to document that we've taught digital citizenship to our assigned students. This process is similar to last year in that teachers need to get a class roll and a verification sheet. So once they've taught the objectives to their students, they're going to mark which students have completed the training and which ones are still incomplete. And then they'll turn in that class roll stapled to their verification sheet to the designee for the school, who will cross their name off a list and will include all of those verification pages and class rolls in one manila envelope sent through the courier to Brandon McSween in the Carver Hill Instructional Technology Department. And all of that needs to be done by May 22nd of 2020. November was the month that we set aside to be, quote, thankful for technology, but you can teach it at any time during the year as long as all of that verification has been turned into this office by May the 22nd. So principals can come up with a designee and have that person track that everybody has been taught what they need to be taught in the time frame. The website for teacher materials is commonsense.org, and this booklet that we're looking at here has live links to the website. Teachers will need to set up an account so that they can access those materials. Students do not get the materials. They don't get an account, and teachers basically teach this information from the front of the classroom or in small groups. It's not the kind of thing that you can assign and have students go off and do on their own. The amount of time needed is flexible. Grades K and 1 basically have between 15 and 30 minutes a lesson, and grades 2 through 12 have between 30 and 60 minutes per lesson. Now, of course, teachers can adjust that as needed. They're not required to teach the letter of the law per se, every little piece of a lesson. They're teaching the objectives. And after you feel that your students are properly prepared, you give them the final assessment and then record whether they completed the training or are still incomplete. So students do take the assessment, but they don't have to pass the assessment. Teachers are not required to give grades for the studies, but if you want to, that's a discussion that you'll have at your school. I know it's a significant amount of time that you're investing, and you may wish to do a grade for that, but we are not making any requirement for that. What do you do with the results? Well, teachers will fill out that verification form and present that they have truly instructed their students in digital citizenship. So the assessment questions, there's basically 6 for each grade level in the upper grades and anywhere from 2 to 4 in the lower grades. The assessment questions came from the individual lessons, and some of them are verbatim and some have been changed a little bit. There is a video right here on how to duplicate the forms assessment, and that's something that teachers will want to do because it allows you to get the results of the assessment. If you don't try to copy this assessment, you won't get the results of it. There are family materials for each lesson, and you are not required to send them home, but it may be a useful tool to build better digital citizenship with all stakeholders. You don't need training to use the Common Sense website. It's fairly straightforward, but we do offer training every month or so here at the Tech Lab for a designee from each school just to make things easier on you all. You're not required to give the assessment online. You could do it on paper and then simply report on your class roll who has completed training and who has not. If you want to give the online test, I would again encourage you to look at this screencast up here that shows you how to copy it. The nice thing about that is all the answers are there. You don't have to spend any time grading it. You will get one sheet of results available as an Excel spreadsheet, and you just simply print that off and attach that to your verification sheet. So how do you get help if you're having trouble with this? There are 3 ways. The website itself has help with the materials. If you have a school designee who came to the training, they also are proficient in being able to help you with this. And then if there's a question that any of those things don't answer, you can also put in a request to the help desk at ClassLink. And that is Brandon McSween, and he'll be able to help you with that. Since this is the first year that we've used this website, we have a suggestion place on the bottom of the verification form. And we're hoping teachers and admin or even designees will make some suggestions to help us do a better job in preparing our students to be good digital citizens. And why do you complete a survey, and where do you find it? Since this is a new program, we've included a link to a survey at the bottom of the verification form, and we hope that teachers will take a few minutes to answer the 5 questions and help us do a better job next year. So now that we've gotten through that part of it, I just want to click on the other teacher information pieces. So when you click on the page, it brings that information up. This is a list of suggestions from teachers who came to the designee training. And this is my email address if you want to email me anything about it. Here is a link to the actual verification form for teachers. When you click on that link, it just brings up the paper. Here's a suggestion area. And there's a box that says, I completed the survey. And that's all. We don't need a copy of the survey. We just wanted to see the actual verification of it. Each school designee, each school will appoint a school designee, and that person will put together the package for the school and then send all of that information here to Brandon McSween. He does not want individual test papers. We are looking for the overall list of who has completed and what students are complete and which are not. These numbers have to be turned in and available to the state. Okay, if you want to distill this into the very least amount of information, then these 5 steps are what you will want to look at. We've included a copy of the Family Media Agreement. This is really a neat document that focuses on the 6 main objectives, and it will let you fill that out for each student if you want, and you could just send it home and have families discuss that with their child. The teacher survey is here. It has 5 questions. It'll only take a few minutes to answer and submit. You don't need to copy that one, you just take that test. Resources and background. This company called Nearpod has created online lessons that cover all the information for each one of the digital citizenship lessons, but it's a product that has to be purchased. Some of the lessons are free, but many of them cost. So if you wanted to explore these resources, you could certainly do that. You can become a common sense educator by following these steps. And then there are also family engagement tools and an opportunity for students to earn $10. And finally, some of the resources are available in Spanish. Now I want to look at an example. Let's go to 6th grade. You can see when you click on it that there are 6 lessons plus 1 assessment for 6th grade. These are hot links over here in lesson number 1. If you click on the link, it's going to take you directly to the Common Sense website. And this is where the links will be live if you have created a teacher account, which is free, and if your class link is also awake. I don't know if you've noticed, but sometimes class link goes to sleep, and if it goes to sleep, then you're not able to access those materials. So here we are in grade 6. The topic is finding balance in a digital world, balanced lifestyle between digital and non-digital is what this is all about. It gives you an overview of the lesson. It gives you the actual copy of the resources, which when you hover over them, they go blue. This one has a video. The videos are very high quality. Mostly you have students that are doing the talking. Student voices, and they're pretty powerful. There'll be a quiz with an answer key, a student handout, and there's also an overview of the lesson plan. At the bottom, you'll see some take-home resources for family activities and other engagement talking points that parents can talk over with their kids. And then back at the top of the page again, you see another tab that takes you directly to the lesson plan itself with very specific guidelines of what you need to do and how much time it will take to do those things. And you are not required to do every single one of these things. Again, you're the teacher and you decide what needs to be, what parts need to be taught to meet the objective. You can print and save it as a PDF as well. So there's your lesson plan. I'm going to go back to the book itself, and at the bottom, the next page gets you the second lesson, which this is about privacy and security. The third lesson is about digital footprint and identity, relationships and communication, cyberbullying, and news and media literacy. The assessment itself, the way that you access this is you click on the words Microsoft Forms. And when that comes up, you're able to click the button that says duplicate it. And you want to change the name so that your name is in it and you know that you have the right quiz. Give this one to your kids either online or as a paper version, and then mark your class roll to show which students have completed. And that's it. I thank you so much for watching. I hope this has been helpful in helping us to make our students better digital citizens. This has been Liz Bears with Tech Time.